I think it's so easy for us to fall prey to comfort. And recently I've been struggling a lot with this. Yesterday I was submitting some job applications for software engineering roles. As if you don't know, I was laid off from my job as a software engineer at Amazon, which is actually what I wanted to happen so that I could start my own company and start learning this social media thing and really just kind of free myself from the traditional 9 to 5. But I felt a lot of shame or pain in the moment of applying to these jobs. And I'm like, and by the way, I'm applying to qualify for unemployment. But in any case, I'm applying for these software engineering jobs and I'm feeling a lot of pain in my heart of like, you're not making any money right now, you know? And how easy it would be to just start working as a software engineer again, which is where I came from. And I don't really want to go back, you know? I don't want to go back to working for a big tech company because I want to build my own product. I want to work on something that I feel passionate about. And for me, I'm starting my own company. It's called Affection, and it's a dating platform because I feel passionate about psychology. I feel very passionate about relationships and helping people, really. That's a story for another time. That's not what this video is about. But I wanted to talk about the battle against comfort. And it's something I face every single day. And when I was submitting these job applications, and it's something I felt before, it's like every time I submit job applications for different software engineering roles, I'm kind of thinking about my life and what it was like being a software engineer. It's like, yeah, I can go back to working for these companies and have a steady paycheck. It's comfortable, you know? But when I reflect on my time at Amazon, I was not happy. You know, I was not passionate about the project that I was working on, and I didn't really feel like it was providing me the purpose that I wanted in my life. And now I'm in this new chapter where I'm building my company and I'm stepping out of my comfort zone, posting on social media, even though I don't have any idea what I'm doing. I don't have any idea how to run a company either, and I don't even know if I'll succeed or if I'll lose everything, but that's just the game that you have to play when you sign up for these things. You know, there's no guarantee of success. I suppose the guarantee is you can't fail if you don't quit, you know? So I'm keeping my head in the game, but I find myself getting constantly tempted by comfort, especially now where I don't have the traditional 9 to 5 and my schedule is my own, and I need to be hyper diligent in building my company and doing the things I know I need to be doing, like taking care of my health, working out, cooking, eating clean, having a schedule, you know, doing all the things that I signed myself up to do. And when those negative thoughts creep in, at least for me, I'm speaking for myself, when those negative thoughts creep in of like, maybe this won't work out for you, you know, maybe you're going to fail. And I'm thinking about working as a software engineer, you know, it just gets me in this negative headspace. And when I'm in this negative headspace, it's so much easier to fall back into comfort. It's like, I'm not really feeling that good right now. I know it'll make me feel better, you know. Lust, overindulging on food, just eating a bunch of crap, and perhaps other bad things. I don't know where you're at, but those are the things that I've struggled with, both now and in the past. And I don't want to fall into comfort. It's like, I know there's nothing there for me. Yeah, I could get this temporary pleasure. I can get this temporary happiness, but it's not going to satisfy me at the end of the day in any level. And it's like, I know that in my brain that this temporary comfort is not going to satisfy you in any way whatsoever. In fact, it's actually going to make you feel worse. Overindulging in food, lust, you're going to get some temporary satisfaction from it, and then you're going to feel more isolated or more lonely or more just crappy, really, for lack of a better term, after. And it's going to kill your motivation. It's going to take you off your path. It's going to make you want to be even more lazy, chasing more comfort, because if I can just feel good like this all the time, why would I do anything else, And I think recently I've been taking my body through and my mind through a dopamine detox over the last couple months. Since I've gotten laid off from my job, I've been working, relatively hard, trying to recover and trying to build my company and trying to figure all this stuff out. And I feel the constant pull towards comfort. I've been waking up early. I've been trying to go to sleep early. I've been trying to work out in the morning, take walks, do a lot of hard things. And those things may not sound hard to you, but they're hard for me in the moment of like, okay, I'm going to get up at 4. I was getting up at 4 a.m. for a little while, and I was like, okay, that doesn't feel good. Let's get up at 5. And it's not only the case that it does not feel good, it just doesn't feel human. And so I was like, okay, let's get up at 5. Let's get up at 6. Let's wake up early. Let's read the Bible. Let's eat super clean, whole foods. Let's lose weight. Let's work out. Let's read other books as well to increase our intellectual capacity. Let's record videos. And for me, this has been extremely uncomfortable because I'm not a very good speaker. And I'm forcing myself to record these videos because I know that social media is something that I want to do. It's something that I desire. I want to turn on the camera. I want to be able to speak clearly to my audience, to people, to you. I want to be able to document my life. I want to be able to talk about my journey, my process of the things I'm learning, the mistakes I've made, the different things I'm picking up along the way, and also use social media as like an advertising platform for me, talking about the startup I'm building, why why it's important, why you should care about it, why you should use the product and all that stuff. And doing the social media thing has been really uncomfortable for me because I'm more of an introverted kind of person. I don't necessarily believe in extroverts or introverts. I kind of just believe in a spectrum, but I definitely fall more on the introverted side of wanting my personal space, wanting solitude, not wanting to be the center of attention, having my time to myself. And being a software engineer, if you know anything about software engineers, maybe you are a software engineer, we're not the most social bunch, we're not the best communicators. I feel like you just have to be a certain kind of person to fall into software engineering. And usually that archetype, that stereotype is like, they're not the most social butterflies. They're not the best communicators. So for me, turning on the camera has been a big challenge. It's been uncomfortable and it's been a big push out of my comfort zone. But I choose to do it whether I feel like it or not, because I know it's something I need to do. It's something I want to do. And every time I do it, I get a little bit better. So it's becoming more comfortable as we move along. But in those low moments where I'm feeling discouraged, it's like, man, I have so much work to do. Oh man, building your own company is hard. It's so hard. There's so much stuff to do. And the path is actually, I'm learning the path is so much harder building my own company that is to just work a 9-to-5. But it's also so much more rewarding, and it's the path I want to be on, which is why I stay on it. And when in those moments of feeling so discouraged, it's easy everything inside of me wants to lean towards comfort because it's going to make me feel better. And as I'm going through the season of being laid off and pushing my mind, pushing my body out of its comfort zone, doing these hard things, cold plunges, cold shower, all this stuff, waking up early, working out, losing weight, I find myself going through a dopamine detox. It's like none of these things I'm doing are really making me feel that good. In fact, I feel like I'm living in a constant state of dopamine deficit. I'm not watching TV anymore. I don't watch TV. I'm not playing video games anymore. It's like I'm not doing those high dopamine activities. I've been eating clean, got rid of lust, all this stuff, and my body's like, what are you doing? This does not feel good. Like all the stuff that you're putting me through, I know it's good for me, but it doesn't feel good. And that comfort, man, I hear it. It just calls me, eat the cinnamon rolls, eat the donuts, sleep in, just take today off. Just go doom scroll on social media. Just, do something that's comfortable. But I constantly have to fight myself. And I'm really finding that there is a battle against comfort. And I don't know where you find yourself today, but I have a feeling I'm not alone. I'm not alone in this fight against comfort. And I don't want to come across like comfort is bad. I don't think comfort is bad. Like, most things are okay in moderation. Obviously, don't do drugs. Lust is, in the Bible, it talks about lust as being the only sin that you need to absolutely run away from. You need to absolutely flee from it, because it's something that is very hard to control, if not impossible. Once the boulder starts rolling down the hill, you can't stop it. So lust, yeah, you got to run from that. But in terms of, eating and sleeping in, sleep in from time to time. Don't make it regular. Stay up from time to time. Don't make it regular. Make sure to do things that you find joy in, hobbies, play video games, watch movies. There's nothing wrong with that stuff. When it becomes a problem is when it's taking control of your life, when you become a slave to those things, and when it's preventing you from actually doing what it is you're called to do, or what it is you actually want to do with your life. When those things are kind of getting in the way, that's when it becomes a problem. And I find myself fighting all the time, especially yesterday, fighting against this comfort because I've got a whole life to build ahead of me. I want to build a family. I want to find my wife. I want to have kids one day. I want to build this company up, and I want to make an impact in this world, in the world of dating, and have a team of other people that we're all working to build something big. And there's a lot of work that needs to be done. And in the back of my mind, there's a little piece of me that doesn't believe that this is going to work out. And it's like I have to battle that, and it's trying to pull me away. It's trying to pull me into comfort. And it's, some days are just harder than others. And there's going to be moments where we fall for sure. But we just got to keep on the mission. I just got to stay on the current path. Just keep moving forward one step at a time. So that's what I'm thinking about right now. That's my reminder for myself, perhaps for you as well. The battle against comfort, it's always going to be calling out to us, but we have to choose what kind of life we want to live. Do you want to be the person that is always overindulging in their desires, in comfort? There's no purpose there. There's only fleeting pleasure, and maybe you even feel worse about yourself after. But anyway, I hope this video maybe triggered some thoughts in your brain, and yeah, I am definitely thinking a lot about this myself as I try to push past my own comfort zone and try to expand my capacity, and do bigger things with my life that I didn't even know were possible. But I'm choosing to believe in myself. I'm choosing to believe that God has bigger things for me around the corner, and I just need to continue moving forward one step at a time. So thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day.